Is climate change the greatest threat to humanity for the next 100 years? A question that has scientists across the globe in agreement. Climate change, they say, is the dire wolf at the door. The research is exhaustive, the evidence compelling. Yet despite the urgency, the human race appears divided. Some dismiss it as a hoax, others acknowledge it but downplay its repercussions, while a significant portion remains indifferent to taking meaningful action. On the other end of the spectrum, we have the doomsayers, those who paint an exaggerated picture of global warming's effects. Since the dawn of the 90s, over 90% of scientific papers have supported the notion that human activity is the primary driver of global warming. Yet the minority who deny this fact have a surprisingly loud voice, fueled by self-interest groups and certain political factions. To debunk common myths, it's important to look at facts. A website called Skeptical Science catalogs 219 arguments against global warming and provides scientific responses to dispel these misconceptions. Understanding the myths is the first step towards grasping the breadth of climate change's effects. Prediction models help us anticipate potential future scenarios. There are countless resources available to educate oneself about climate change, from NASA Kids for our younger generation to more advanced scientific resources for those seeking in-depth knowledge. But what do these predictions say, you ask? Well, if we succeed in limiting CO2 emissions, our best-case scenario is a temperature rise of 1 to 1.5 degrees Celsius. If we fail, we could see a rise of 4.5 to 5 degrees by the turn of the century. The future effects of climate change could include more frequent wildfires, prolonged droughts, and increased intensity of tropical cyclones. And it's not just the environment that will bear the brunt. The economic costs could be staggering. Some estimates suggest that global warming could cost us between 1.5% to 23% of global annual GDP per year by the end of the century. To put that in perspective, a 1% loss for the United States, which has a GDP of 27 trillion USD, would be equivalent to the cost of 2 or 3 Category 5 hurricanes each year. In conclusion, climate change is not just an environmental issue, it's an economic issue, a societal issue. The effects are far-reaching and potentially devastating. It's high time we acted to mitigate the threats and protect the future of humanity. Please do your part. The world needs you.